Okay, so we're going to look at graphing the tangent graph with some transformations. There'll be a lot of similarities between this and sine and cosine, but there are some differences. The biggest differences, or one of the bigger differences, is the period. To find the period, instead of pi over b, we're going to do 2 pi. Instead of 2 pi over b, we're going to do pi over b. I said that wrong. Because tangent only has a period of pi. So in this case, b it's still the number in front of x, so it's pi. So in this case, the period is pi over pi, or just 1. So I have a period of 1. My amplitude is none, but I do have a vertical stretch of 2. Okay, and then this is going to move my graph up 1. And so we'll have to keep that in mind as we go through our graph. So first thing is the period. So we're going to split this into 4 equal parts, and let's use these tick marks here. And for tangent, we cut the period in half. So we're going to make this 1/2, and that makes this -1/2. And then half of a half is a fourth, so this is 1/4, and this is -1/4. And then we know, because you know your parent function so well, is how you know this, is that we have an asymptote here and an asymptote here. Okay, and then typically we would have a point through the origin. However, we're going to move that point up 1, and this is that new center point. And then our other 2 points are going to be 2 away. That's the vertical shift away, or vertical stretch away from whatever this inflection point is. So it's going to be here and then here for those other 2 points. So one thing, notice there's 5 things we plotted on the graph. So there's the asymptote, 3 points, and another asymptote. So each tangent graph should have 5 points here. Let's actually label these. So this is 1, 2, and 3, and this is -1. And then we can draw on our curve. We'll get close to those asymptotes, but we will not touch them. If we wanted to talk about domain and range, we could. We have a period. We know our amplitude's none. We're going to shift up 1. We have a vertical stretch of 2. Our domain, we're going to use the same pattern we used with the parent function. X cannot be the first asymptote, which is 1/2, and then plus the distance to the next one. Well, that happens every time the period repeats. So that's plus 1 times n, or just n. And then the range for every tangent and cotangent function is -∞ to infinity.